geology of this area too, but there is also a more fascinating mythology as well. Coming towards us, it was the world's first hybrid diesel electricity passenger ferry. There's another few of them being built in Glasgow. So you get it from here, from Sconser. Now I don't know where the word Sconser comes from. I have heard a story that it possibly comes from someone who was late for the ferry and then asked where it was, and the reply was, sorry, it's Sconser. Yes, thank you, thank you. I mentioned yesterday that myself and two friends became crofters. We became farmers this year. So typically you'd have a small house, and we don't have a house yet, but we've got a small bit of land, and you'd have the croft house upon that. You'd maybe work a little bit of that land, potatoes, for turnips, for kale, for the likes of oats and barley. Oats are perfect for growing in a short, wet Scottish summer. And then you'd have some, maybe a small flock of sheep and a couple of cattle, and definitely some hens. Nowadays you mostly see people that will either have sheep or cattle. And out this way in the west it will be beef cattle. We'll be getting dairy cattle out this way, just because of the poor rough grazing. In fact, that's why the Highland cattle are so good here, because of their thick coat. And most of the sheep that we see are either Highland Blackface or Cheviot, who's well adapted to this wet, boggy ground and cold temperatures. We will see the Black Coolin Mountains. Now they're very much different in their geology, but all formed around about the same time, 55 million years ago roughly. So about 70 million years ago, large supercontinent that was on covering part of the Earth's surface was breaking up. A rift valley was forming here. Eventually, what becomes the Americas drifting west, Eurasia drifting east, and is very volcanic and violent around this part of the world. Most of where we are just now was actually closer to the equator. Bring it forward a few million years, 55 million years ago, we would have been about a mile underneath the Earth's surface. A volcano cone way above us, and a huge chamber of molten rock feeding that volcano, all formed by the same event. But there's a mythology too, I'll tell you that in a moment. You're going to get a nice view across a bridge on the left hand side. We'll just see how our time goes today up in the north of the island, and we'll maybe look to try and get a stop down here to get a picture, to get off the bus and get a picture down here. But just look at that really subtle change in colour from the brown into the orange to green to grey to black as you go up the mountains. So there's a few little gift shops in Portree as well, if you're wanting to have a look at that, as well as grabbing your lunch, as I say. But there's a nice little walk up onto a place called the Lump. Might be worth, if you grab your lunch and then taking a stroll up there and getting some beautiful views.